Hello everyone, my name is Fadari. I want to introduce you to what I call my trading logic, which is scrapping trading logic. I want to take you step by steps in a process of getting data towards making rightful and correct decisions. Now I'm going to show you my screen that you'll be able to see what I mean by that. Now look at this data. As you see this data, these are daily prices of each product. One, you can see this product. This is AUD Japan. This is I, and this is the low column. So the high price and the low price, this is prices that are taken on daily basis, as you can see here. So these prices are taken on daily basis. Now the purpose of this is to get the data to be able to know what has happened in the past, so that it can be able to help to identify what is likely to happen in the future. So we get the data down on daily basis. You can get this data from your phone or on the market anywhere for each of the products. So you can see here each of the products have their daily high and low, as you can see here. So these are daily prices that can be obtained from any source. Now, what do we do with these daily prices? After getting these prices, we determine the movement of the market, just like I showed earlier on the market. So the coloring helps to show the direction of the market, whether the market is on the high trend or on the low trend. So when you see the top colored orange, then it means the market is on the high trend. When it comes down, it means on a low trend. When it goes high, it means on a high trend. When it comes down, it means on a low trend. You can see that. So for this product, at 5th of March, which is last week, we're on a low trend, and we don't know what is going to happen in the week ahead. Now, but from this, we're able to get the weekly report. Now, the weekly report starts from here. So the first 2, 3 are the days before the weeks. So the week is a combination of the first 5 days to get the position as at the end of the week. And here you have the highest price so far in the last 2 weeks. We are in week 2 now. So as at week 2 from this report, the highest price so far is 85 and the lowest price so far is 81.9. So you can see here, this is where it identifies where the week is that the prices were achieved. So for this, you can see it's in week 2 that we achieved the 0.762. You can see here we achieved both the high and the low in week 2 for crude oil. Here you can see here we have crude oil. We achieved the high and the low in week 2. Now, according to this strategy, according to this position, according to this information, we are about to enter week 3. Today is the 7th of March, and in the next one day from tomorrow on, we're going to enter the 8th of March, which will follow for the rest of the month of March. Now, according to this theory, according to this logic, according to this strategy, the market is likely to follow the direction for the rest of the month. So according to this, by the time we want to review this at the end of the month, which may be week 4 or week 5, what that means is that one of these high or low will surely be a week 1 or week 2. So from tomorrow upwards, the market is going to take a direction from this data that I'm presenting to you, whether it's going to go to high or whether it's going to go to low. So by the time we review this at the end of the month, one of these products, one of these prices must be week 1 or week 2, while the remaining will change to week 3, week 4, week 5, as much as the month ends. So what does that mean? What that means is that once we get the price, the position now correctly for the next 2, 3 weeks, we take the action and we follow the direction of the market. So for example, now today, the 7th of March, which is a Sunday, the highest price so far, according to our review, which we labeled for week 1 is 85 and our lowest price is 81.9. From tomorrow upwards, one of these positions will change. So it's either the market goes to 85 and goes up to 87, or the market comes down from 81.9 and comes down to 80 to 79. So depending on the movement of the market. But one thing I can assure you is that at the end of the month, this is going to change. One of these will, the highest minimum you see on one of these is week 1, week 2, while the second market will always increase from week 2. So it can be week 3, it can be week 4, it can be week 5. So if we know that the I is going to change, for example, let's use AUD Japan yen. If we know the I is going to change from week 3, then we buy for the rest of the month. If we feel it is the low that is going to change for the rest of the month, then we are going to sell. So identifying what position and what action to take will help us to quickly take our actions for the rest of the month, and we will be able to get the results. So this is what the scrapping design, this scrapping report does for us. So this is taken on weekly basis. So every week we get the highest price and the lowest price for the week, and we use this to determine the trend of the market. So for this, for example, week 1 was a high, but week 2 was a low. So what's going to happen in week 3? Now, if I want to predict this, believe you me, from my prediction, from my experience, week 3 will be a low, which is why I colored that. So today, like I said, today is the 7th of March. I'm doing this projection so that it can be able to help us to review this position as at the end of the month. So from the 15th, from the 20th, from the 22nd of March, we'll be able to come back to this report and be able to see what are the projections and what are the actual performance of the market. So I'm doing this in advance of the market because I want to see if how many of our products actually followed our direction and how many of our products went against our direction. Now, some products will have a specific direction, but some won't be able to have. So what will happen is that for those that followed our direction, fine for us. But for those that are going to go against our direction, what should we do? So what we plan to do for those that will go against our direction is to take a backup bid. What did I say again? To take a backup bid. So the reason for the backup bid is that even when the market is going against our direction, we don't lose all. Okay? We don't lose all. So we only lose a bit of our investment. And when the market, but if the market goes in our direction, then we are able to achieve and make profit. But if the market does not go to our direction, even though we don't make profit, but let us not lose all the profit that we have had before or lose our investment, which is the capital. And by the time the market follows, goes our direction, we make the profit back. You understand me? So that's the purpose of taking a backup position. And we may be lucky. The backup position may even give us more profit that will be able to help us to recover back our initial losses. So the idea is that, but all will be determined by the timely action that we take. So if we take the action as quickly as possible, then even when we're supposed to be losing, we are even gaining. So wherever the direction of the market is going, whether it's going higher, whether it's going lower, we are making profit from both sides. So that is the purpose of taking backup positions. So that if the market does not go where we want it to go, then let us not make losses. So for this, for example, AUD USD, my projection for the next month and for the rest of the month is a low. For crude oil is very the logic, the design, we already are 2 weeks same direction already. So although according to this, I will actually project, a high. for crude oil. But from this position, it's either the market goes above or it goes below. So if it's going to go below, if it's going to go above, that means it's going to go higher from 66.4 by the end of the month. But if it's going to go below, then it means that it's going to go below 59.1, which means it's going to come from the high price. The current price, I think, around 66 point something or 65 point something. So which means it's going to go all the way from that 66 point something or 65 point something all the way down to below 59.1. But also, it may just be within this range of this price for the rest of the month, because so far, when I look at the review of the distance between the current high and the current low already is a bit high. So which means for the rest of the month, it may not really make much movement again. But at the end of the month, is either it goes higher or it goes lower. DAX is another important factor. So DAX, again, from my projection, DAX is likely to go higher. But if it doesn't go higher, what it means is that at the end of the month, it's going to go lower. So if you look at the extreme here, like I said, the period we achieve the high position on week 2. So it's either the market trend goes on from week 2 to week 3 to week 4, or the market reverts back to week 1, and from week 1 it will change to week 3 or week 4 or week 5. So but this market will surely change for the rest of the month. So it's either the market goes higher or it returns back lower. Euro AUD. Euro AUD, our week 1 was a low and our week 2 was a high. So what are we expecting for week 3? From my projection, our week 2 was a high, but currently, according to the report, the highest and the lowest were made in week 1. So if you look at our week 1 highest was 1.5691, and our week 1 lowest was 1.525. So what does this mean? This means that our high currently is 1.561 for week 2, but our week 1 higher was higher than this. So in week 3, from week 3 upwards, either the high or the low must increase. So, but surely one of them must increase. So it's either the market goes above our week 1 target or goes below our week 1 target. But believe you me, by the end of the month, only one of these two is going to change. One of them is still going to remain week 1, and the one that is going to change will improve from week 1. So let's just do the analysis for all, and by the end of the month, we'll be able to review it together. So this as well, Euro GBP, so far so good. It's a week 1, both decisions were made in week 1. So currently, this is a bit casual, but it's going to be either of the two, whether it's going to be the high or the low. So although I'm choosing the low for now, but if it's going to go higher, it can still go higher for the next. Once it goes higher for week 3, then week 4, week 5 will be an high trend, and our lowest for the month will be the week 1 position. Same thing with Euro Japan yen. Our highest was achieved in week 1. So Euro USD is another product again. So far we have almost reached our estimate for the month. So but week 2 is the one that changed for Euro USD. So what it means is that by the end of the month, is either the week 2 goes lower or it reverts back to our week 1 and it goes higher and higher. FTSE is certain week 1 is going to increase. The next week 3 is likely to increase. Gbp Jpy, we've already had an increase in week 1 and week 2 so far. So our week 3 might be a high or a low. So it's not actually certain, but if it should go higher in week 3, then it means for the rest of the month it's going to go higher. For GBP USD, week 2 is low. So from the analysis so far, it's likely to be on a low trend. For gold, is a bit dicey, but just let me follow the report for the action. For gold, I expect an uptrend, but if the market should come below this price, then it's going to be a downtrend and it might not reach the highest of 1816 again for the rest of the month. So although for my own expectations, I will expect the market to go higher, but if it should go below 1687 in week 3, then the market is going to be a downtrend for the rest of the month. Same thing with Nasdaq. If Nasdaq should go above 1366.35, it's going to go higher, but if it should come below 1812.211, it's going to go lower. Same thing with New Zealand USD. It's likely to be a downtrend. S&P is likely to be a downtrend. Silver is likely to be a downtrend. USD CHF is likely to be an uptrend, and USD JPY is likely to be an uptrend. So that is my analysis and my projection for the month of March on all these products. So hopefully by the end of March, you'll be able to come back and I'll be able to review this. And like I said, one of these high or low must change by the end of the month. So once they change, then that will be the direction of the market. And if we are taking, for now, if we want the high to change, we buy. If we want the low to change, then we sell. And that is the only thing that can give us profit at the end of the month. So that's that on this. And this one is just to show the analysis of the movement of the market. Now we can see the market, the market has achieved an high position at 85. So what that means is that for the rest of the month, none of the high prices will be an high again. So for all these prices at the top will surely be less than 85. You can see here, while it may reduce lower. So it's either the market goes higher than above 85, or the market goes lower on the downtrend. But so far, the purpose of this red and this green for now is just to show me, to give an idea as at week 1 of what I expect the likely direction of the market to be. So for this AUD Japan, I expect the market to come down. That's why I put a red. So what it means is that this red currently is 85. So for the rest of the month, is either the market comes down below 85. So if the market should go above 85, then I'm going to buy. So which means it's going to change from red. So for now, it's a sell all the way down. Same thing, AUD USD is a sell all the way down. For crude oil, in week 1, initially I had a sell, but in week 2, it came to a low, so of 59.1. So for now, I'm expecting a buy upwards. For DAX, as you can see here, I'm expecting a buy. Euro AUD, I'm expecting a buy. Euro GBP, initially I expected a buy, but now I'm expecting a sell. So if the market should go above 0.8731, then it will be a buy. But if it comes below that, it will be a sell all the way. For Euro JPY, as you can see here, I'm in between a buy and a sell. So, but so far, according to the last move, it's still dicey because look at the trend. We had 127.6 as low, and the market has never come below that. Also, we have 130, and the market has not gone higher than that. So, but if you look at the low trend, you can see that 127.6, 128.1, 128.8. So which means our low is increasing constantly. So using that to judge this, then I'm going to choose this as an high trend. So according to this, which I've not done now, so it's likely the market will surely go above 130 by the end of the month. Euro USD You can see here 1.225 is the highest and the market has been on a downtrend. FTSE, the market is an high trend, so we are buying up until it gets to the maximum. Gbp Jpy, initially we sold, but now we are buying because the market has already passed our first. So that does not mean that the market may still not come back to a downtrend. So it's this week that will determine what is going to happen. But if you look at the trend of the low from 147.2 to 147.3 to 148.1 to 149.3. So the low side has always been increasing while in the last 4 moves. So that's why for now we're projecting a downtrend, an uptrend. For GBP USD, so far so good. We can see the high has been the highest and the low has been following. So we're expecting a sell. For gold, initially you can see it 18 point. For gold, we've actually been on a sell trend. So, but we don't know if the market has already achieved the maximum, the lowest position for it to rise because it has really gone a lot this month. So is either it goes lower than 1687 or it goes higher for the rest of the month. So that is what we are projecting for this market. Okay. So same thing with all others. So you can see is either they go down, they change direction. So that is the position for now. So hopefully by the end of the month, we're able to see and know the position and how the market is going to be. Thank you very much. This is, like I said, this is the scrapping logic, the scrapping strategy, and continually every month, every period, we're able to do that, and we know we'll be able to get the best from the market. I remain yours and only Oluwase Fadre. You can reach out to me on fadinvest@yahoo.ie. So you will be able to get an idea and information on how to get this data, and I can be able to send you the template for you to be able to use on it. Thank you very much. Have a great day and a great time ahead. Cheers. Bye.